Hello, I'm Dr. Brandt Gibson, and I'm glad to be back. And we're going to talk to you today about managing the symptoms of peripheral neuropathy. So with the Gibson Method, there are 4 real steps that we worry about when we're talking about peripheral neuropathy. One is understanding peripheral neuropathy and then understanding it personally yourself, because your peripheral neuropathy is different than everybody else's. Number 2 is managing the symptoms of peripheral neuropathy, and that's where we're going to focus today. So managing the symptoms is a key piece of this puzzle here. And if you don't manage the symptoms, of course, we can't move on and actually give you some of the other options to truly get control and truly get your life back. So let me go into this just a little bit. When it comes to managing the symptoms, first off, you got to just understand the symptoms and what's going on. Symptoms vary, because with any form of peripheral neuropathy, you can have symptoms from sensory neuropathy, motor neuropathy, or autonomic neuropathy, and any of these symptoms can be problematic. Most of the time, when people come in to manage the symptoms of peripheral neuropathy, they're really talking about pain and discomfort. They're going, okay, I've got the discomfort, distraction, and disability of peripheral neuropathy. I need some help so I can actually function in normal life. And that's really where most people are focusing. So when I'm talking about symptoms, managing the symptoms here, that's going to be one key piece. Although, truthfully, at this level, you can actually manage any of the symptoms, no matter if it's the autonomic nervous system and the symptoms are more systemic, or whether it's the small fiber or large fiber sensory nerves or the motor nerves that you're actually treating symptoms for. So with that being understood, when it comes to sensation, the easiest way to describe symptoms is this graph here. So if you come over here, you got the normal feeling on one side, you got no feeling on the other side, and then you've got this increasing symptoms and decreasing symptoms. So increasing symptoms going that direction. On one side, you got shooting pain, electrical shock, stabbing pain. On the other side, you've got numbness, tingling, and burning pain. Most individuals are sitting right in this area, so they'll go back and forth depending on the day, depending on what's going on. So those are a lot of times the symptoms that will bring people into the doctor's office. They're the symptoms that we commonly have to treat. So just to give you a little bit of heads up. And there are 5 ways, 5 things that you can actually do to manage the symptoms of peripheral neuropathy. You can do nerve re-education, nerve reset, nerve repair, nerve repression, or nerve release. And each one of those has a different thing. So re-educate, repair, release, reset, and repression. So let me jump down here a little bit to an area where we can actually go through these in a little bit more depth here. So let's start with nerve repair. Now, nerve repair, of course, is the ideal. If you can fix the nerves, that's the best thing possible for managing the symptoms, because once the nerve is fixed, it's going to function like it's supposed to. And there are some key pieces when it comes to nerve repairs, things such as getting the right nutrients, getting the right blood flow, getting the nerve to repair the cells, the cell body of the nerve, the cell axon or dendrites of those nerves, the lining in some of the larger nerves, for example, like myelin sheaths, so it actually can function more like it's supposed to, helping repair the mitochondria. All these, the little pieces that you can do to repair the nerve and get it to function like it's supposed to. That's important. That's a key piece of this puzzle. Number 2 would be nerve repression. The most common treatments that most people do are nerve repression. You're saying, okay, I just want the symptoms to go away for now. I'm not going to do anything to improve the functioning of that nerve or anything like that. I just don't want the symptoms. Narcotic pain medications, sometimes they work to repress the symptoms. The nerve modifying medications like Lyrica, gabapentin, pregabalin, Cymbalta, amitriptyline, nortriptyline, all of those treatments are designed to repress the nerves. They're not fixing anything. They're repressing the symptoms, allowing you to sleep at night or allowing you to function more like you're supposed to. Another nerve repression type device would be a TENS unit. Electrical stimulation can actually repress the symptoms, although it's not fixing the nerve in the standard neurotransmitter type TENS unit type situation. It can actually repress the symptoms in such a way that you can actually have improved functioning during that short period of time. Other things, CBD is a really good nerve repressor. So when it comes to nerve repression, those are some of the things you can think about. You're basically saying, okay, instead of repairing the nerves where I'm actually fixing the nerves and causing them to function like they're supposed to, here I'm just trying to take away symptoms. I'm not doing anything that will help the nerves in any way. Number 3 is nerve re-education. This is an important piece of the puzzle. Nerve re-education is actually causing the nerves to learn how to communicate correctly with the brain. In some situations, some forms of peripheral neuropathy, the nerve is still functioning. It's just sending a signal in such a way that the brain doesn't recognize it. Brain and spinal cord, central nervous system aren't communicating correctly with the peripheral nerves. And so you're getting the symptoms. You're saying, okay, touch is causing pain, or this cold floor is causing pain. And if you re-educate the nerves, you help it function more like it's supposed to. Some key machines that we use for this are CalMare is one of the ways that we actually re-educate a nerve. The Rebuilder machine helps repress and re-educate the nerves. So there are things that we can actually do to re-educate your nerves and help them to function like they're supposed to. The next one is nerve reset. Now, when I was working as a computer software support technician, I guess is probably the name that we would use now, one of the things that we would do if the computer wasn't working right, the software wasn't working right, is we'd say, okay, shut the computer off. You'd turn the computer off, turn it back on, everything's reset, everything starts to work again. That still works in a lot of situations with computers. It also works with nerves. The brain, spinal cord, nerves, the nervous system as a whole is a very, very complex and powerful computer. So if you can find a way to reset it, it will work again as well. And there are some things that we can do, neurogenics being the strongest one that we use here, to basically depolarize, repolarize the nerves is a form of reset to cause the nerves to function like they're supposed to. So if you can reset, that works better. Other things that work to reset: sleep works to reset. Sometimes certain forms of yoga can be used to reset. You get someone that knows what they're doing in certain types of massage and so forth, they can also reset these nerves and actually help them to function like they're supposed to. Last one is release. This is the most powerful tool. It's also the one that some people have a little bit harder time wanting to do. Nerve release is actually taking back control, taking full control of your nerves and say, I'm going to get into a situation where my body is in control of the nerves are in control of my body. And nerve release uses a combination of mindfulness type techniques to meditation, to visualization, to certain types of getting yourself into peak performance type levels and so forth. So really what it is you're saying, okay, I'm going to take these nerves and I'm going to take back control, where I can actually take full control of my body and actually help manage how the symptoms are perceived, how they're understood, and what's going on from there. So over the next several days, we'll actually talk about this a little bit more, and I will go to in each one of these in actually a lot more depth, because the goal here is to give you the information that you need so you can say, okay, how do I repair my nerves? How do I reset my nerves? How do I release my nerves? How do I re-educate my nerves? How do I repress my nerves? The point, let's give you the full power so that you can do what you need to do to get back your life. My goal is to help you live your life in an extraordinary manner, even with peripheral neuropathy, so you can reach your goals, live your dream, and enjoy an extraordinary life. This is Dr. Brandt Gibson. This is your Neuropathy Nugget, day 375, managing the symptoms of peripheral neuropathy. And as you learn to do this, you can get back to living your life the way you want to. So stay tuned, watch here. There's more information coming. There's also a book that's going to be released, goal being to get you this information in multiple forms so that you can get your life back. This is Dr. Brandt Gibson. Have a great rest of your day.